The joyous news be spread, the wicked old witch at last is dead. Ding dong, the witch is dead. Witch, oh witch, the wicked witch. Ding dong, the wicked witch is dead. Wake up, you sleepy head. Stop your eyes, get out of bed. Wake up, the wicked witch is dead. She's gone where the mountains go below, below, below your home. Just open up and see. Ring down the merry-o, singing high. Wake up, the wicked witch is dead.
As mayor of the Munchkin City, in the county of the land of Oz, I welcome you most regally. But we've got to verify it legally to see if she is morally, ethically, spiritually, physically, positively, absolutely, undeniably, and reliably dead. As coroner, I must have her. I thoroughly examined her, and she's not only merely dead, she's really most sincerely dead. Then this is a day of independence for all the Munchkins and their descendants, if any. Yes, let the joyous news be spread. The wicked old witch at last is dead.
Ding dong, the witch is dead. Witch, oh witch, the wicked witch. Ding dong, the wicked witch is dead. Wake up, you sleepy head. Wrap your eyes, get out of bed. Wake up, the wicked witch is dead. She's gone where the mountains go below, below, below your.
Police say a 17-year-old female actor was using a noose as a prop before the accident. The Jefferson County Sheriff's Office says she was unconscious when rushed to the hospital and is now in critical but guarded condition.
Large-scale fights inside and outside led to its temporary closing. Now Fright World in Amherst has tighter security and it's ready to reopen.
The actor accidentally poked his toe. He gets down low to the ground like a little troll and he pokes the ground with the knife, got a little too close and an accident happened.
Well, the owner of the 7 Floors of Hell haunted house at Cuyahoga County Fairgrounds is speaking out tonight after an 11-year-old boy was accidentally stabbed by a worker last weekend.
I'm going to air out their dirty laundry because I don't give a shit. They were saying there's underage drinking going on, threatening to fire people if they spoke up about it. It's a horrible culture that people don't know about. It still boggles my mind the fucking fuck up that was Scream Central. How you could screw up that badly and not pay attention to a single thing going on, I have no idea. Horrible. Notorious for like banging the actors. They had like a sex room upstairs. I heard about a kid getting thrown through a wall by management there with the rapists that they were employing.
You have a seat right over there, please.
But for as long as I can remember, it's always been the same.
This is the biggest renovation we've ever done, the most sophisticated renovation we've ever done.
A sociopath who obviously understands government mind control experiments.
And found a woman shivering, beaten, and duct taped in a cellar, but she signed up for it.
New employees have to be like tough there. They have to be hard, I think you said, because it will break you down.
Secret societies and like elite classes of people, to get in, you have to eat bugs and have a woman menstruate on your face. Like, I don't want my kid to know me for this person that was like torturing people for money.
You know, at what point do you just say, all right, enough is enough? Because you're true. You don't give a bullshit ass review. It's all real shit.
When I first saw that, I was like, no, this can't fucking be happening.
You know, sometimes I wish this was all just a nightmare. I really do. But it's, you know, it's not a nightmare. And I'm never going to wake up.
You were right, dude. I can't believe it, but as usual, you were right.
Is he that dick, or is he a nice guy? Or is he a little bit of both? What's really real about him? Nobody really knows. And that's the way I like it. All showbiz, folks. All showbiz.
what up, what up, what up? Welcome to The Resistance. And today's topic on the channel is how accurate and good, authentic, reliable theScareFactor.com is at making reviews for haunted houses.
Spoiler alert, they're fucking not.
We went through, well, first off, let me introduce myself. I'm Cecil Bamba, here with Mark and an anonymous co-host.
Yeah, my name is Jack Kelly. I have no affiliation with any haunts whatsoever. I just like to roast the shit out of some nerds online, so let's go.
So we found out, we started looking at Scare Factor in depth, and everybody should know by now, if you're a fan of the haunt industry, that these haunt reviewers they have a significant bias in favor of the haunted houses. Why? Because then they get kickbacks and they get free tickets. Team Houdini looking at you.
Fuck Team Houdini. Hashtag fuck Team Houdini. Rise up resistance. Let's go.
So basically, all these places that review haunted houses, they want free tickets. They want some sort of authority in the haunt world. So they go and they have to give positive reviews, because think about it. It's simple. This isn't rocket science, folks. If they don't give a positive review, then they don't get to come back to the house. Unlike your boy Crumb Dog Maniac here, who gives a negative review and then gets banned from haunted houses, kicked out, dragged by the ear out of some of these places, sent messages threatening to sue your boy, leader of the resistance. Rise up, people! The resistance is here! And
this is why we need the resistance, man. We are a voice for the voiceless, a beacon of light in the darkness, and we will bow to nobody.
I'm sick of the bullshit where this channel's getting attacked left, right, and center 24/7, and it's time to strike back. You are the resistance. Haunt actors know it. There's sneaky shit going on behind the scenes. Backroom dealings. People getting fired for no reason. Pedophilia. You've seen it in the trailer, folks. You've seen it in the intro. You know it's real. These aren't just made-up reviews going down, okay? And then, by the way, on top of it, people threatening to come after me and stuff. It's opinion. You can leave a negative review, and that's okay. One needs not go further than Google reviews to find a whole shit ton of things wrong with the Darkness Haunted House or Fright World or anywhere else, and you can find the owners on there berating everyone that gives it a negative review, and then you wonder, why are people silenced? Well, we are, as Connor said, I mean, our anonymous person said...
I've been compromised!
We are giving you a voice. So if you want to come on the show at any time, feel free, drop me a message on Instagram. But let's get into it. We're talking about the Scare Factor here. One of the, is this the most well-known haunt review things in the country? If you look at the map, they have covered almost every state here, besides these two.
But
and
like
Arizona, apparently.
Well known in the haunt review world is relative, because like you ask like 100 people on the street if they know what scarefactor.com is, and 98 of them are gonna say no.
Our third guest, who you haven't heard from yet, Mark, you
shit,
might have known him from the Fright World video. Something is wrong at Fright World, and boy, was something ever wrong there. He also came on to do a walkthrough review of The Darkness, but today he's going into this blind. He's not looked. I gave him instructions not to look at anything about Scare Factor, their rating system, or anything like that. So he's going in totally blind, like much of the viewers here, because you hear us say, yeah, they give biased reviews, and you're like, oh yeah, they're probably right. Wait till you see some of this crap, and then please explain to me. What's great is on this site, we're going to take a look at the in-depth rating system that the Scare Factor uses to break down some of their scores. And folks, I mean, this stuff it's unbelievable. So to start it off, we're going to Pittsburgh, a place close to me, only about an hour and a half away here. 3 hours if we are going to the houses that we're talking about. And today we're going to be talking about 100 Acres Manor reviews and the reviews for Scare House. Okay. So they were Scare House was reviewed in, you can see here, 2021, 2020, and 2018. The scores here are listed on the side. You got cast 7.68.
Generous. Generous from not even knowing.
Oh.
Not even walking through there. That's a generous number.
If you think that's generous, just wait.
What I'm interested in, and I'm sure a lot of the viewers are interested in, is how did they get a number so specific?
Yeah, what the fuck is that? You got an 8.39? Like, what the hell are they're crunching the numbers after they get out of the fucking haunted house?
That's a
like,
Dave
pocket
Portnoy pizza
calculators.
review. That's a Dave Portnoy pizza review number.
Now, here we go. How did we get the score? So
One
we're gonna take a look at. Should we look at the breakdown, or should I read the review really quick here?
Well, I don't know. Am I reading it or are you reading it?
Go for it. As
Okay.
mentioned, Creepo is back as well as Delirium. Oh boy, here we go.
All right, you're on the 2021 review, right?
Yep, cast 7.68 is where we're at.
Oh, you don't want to start with the summary?
Celebrating
like
its
we gotta
bicentennial anniversary.
No. Listen. We got to start at the very top because, like, if you go up to the first, how do we get this score? This will break down. We only have to go through this once, but
break it down.
This will break down a lot. So, update for 2022 to the rating system. Our former atmosphere and theme categories have now been combined and renamed immersion. Our intent with this is to give more appropriate credit to attractions that have shown a clear focus on achieving and maintaining better customer experiences, both inside and outside the attractions, and developing creative storylines. Each of the category scores in this review are calculated using a weighted average of several questions that we rate on a scale of 1 to 10. The following breakdown explains what these scores typically mean. All of our teams use this as a reference for providing accurate ratings. 10 is peak performance. This score is treated as if it has a chastity belt on it. 10s are reserved for the best of the best, those we feel could not possibly improve on what they're doing. 9, innovative and it rocked. Nearly everything seemed to go as planned, and it was one of the best we've ever seen. These guys are leaders in the industry, and attractions like this are truly hard to come by. Well, not if you go by their fucking scores. Out like their cough drops, 8 is solid. A high score on our scale. They had a good handle on it, and overall, they knew how to use it well. They say it. What the fuck does that mean? Most attractions can learn from what these guys are doing. 6 to 7 is good. We could tell that a good effort was made. However, we've seen this done much better at other places, or can detect areas where significant improvements can be made. This is about the top end of what we'd call family friendly. So wait, you're telling me you give it a 7 and you're saying we've seen this done much better? What the fuck? You're setting the ceiling, like, you're setting the floor so high.
Right.
If 7 is like, whatever.
7 is
5.
7 is like you did pretty good. Or
Yeah.
you did like average is 7.
Yeah. What the fuck? I can't get into this right now. 5 is average and fair. Compared to the competition, they weren't the best, but definitely not the worst. Scares and special effects in this range are usually considered family friendly. 3 to 4 is below average. We could see that a clear attempt was made, but most other professional attractions are doing a much better job at this, which sounds the exact same as 6 to 7. So what the fuck? And 1 to 2 is poor. It appeared that very little time, thought, or effort was contributed to this aspect.
Now let's keep in mind that that rating of 1 to 2 is only reserved for people who might not like the scare factor per se. If I opened a haunted house, they might come by and give me a 1-2, because when we look at it, I would say the average rating of a haunt on scarefactor.com is 7.5. Would
You
that
never
be
see
incorrect?
below a fucking 6, dude. Yeah.
So that would be reserved for the people who didn't kiss their ass? Is that basically...
Yeah. If you have to like go out of your way, you have to piss them off. If you don't give them free tickets,
merchandise, a beanie.
If you give them the free shit, that's when you get the 10. They went above and beyond.
Yep.
It's pay to win, man.
So we could potentially, as a haunted house, we could really skew this by putting them up for the night in a hotel, flying them out.
Oh shit.
You know, that would be...
I don't know. I mean,
potential 9
hypothetical
categories.
or real.
Yeah.
Who
could
knows?
be.
Who knows what they're doing exactly? Who knows what bribe Scare Factor is taking? But, you know, I will say this. On Reddit, there is a haunted attractions group. And I think about a year or two ago, one of their members posted, hey, you know, we're going to a convention and we wanted to, you know, address some of the concerns people had about our ratings and answer any questions. So I said, hey, I've been reviewing haunts for 7 years. I've noticed that your haunts are all rated above 7.5 or there's nothing below 7.8, something like that in New York State. I've been to a majority of these haunted houses and the rating system seems flawed. And they said, well, you know, I'm going to have to check with our supervisor and get back to you because they can't go lower because then haunted houses wouldn't like them. If they don't kiss their ass, haunted houses are going to be like, oh no, Team Houdini's coming. Don't let them in. They're going to give us a bad review.
To follow up on that, Rod, there is also an afterword, they call it, in this thing.
Sure.
The first paragraph is, this rating system is standardized across all of the Scare Factor's official haunt review teams. However, keep in mind there will always be minor differences between teams as we all have varying levels of experience. Regardless, we do our best to remain true to our core values, which is to promote all haunted attractions. There you go, right there.
So
they only want to fucking promote.
How big are these groups, Connor? Because you're seeing it on the ground floor here. How big is a group like, what is the size of a group like Team Houdini coming in? I've heard upwards of 20, 40 people coming in.
Oh, I've never seen that. I know the ones that I have seen are typically about 12.
Okay, 12.
Like 10 to 12, yeah, but...
Now, my source, I can't give away, but it's a major haunted house in this country. They told me they get contacted by these groups. I'm not sure. I will preface this. I'm not sure if it's the Scare Factor, but it is review groups. And they will be requesting 20 to 40 free tickets to come and give a review. And then when you think about it, 12 people, I mean, even at the minimum here, with 12, like you're seeing down on the ground here, that's crazy. 12 people to review a haunted house. I'm doing it single-handedly.
Yeah, dude. Well, you can actually, if you see that the Team Houdini at the top of the page, you can actually click on it and see the whole bio of everyone that's in the team. And technically, according to them, there's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people. But I don't know. I'm like, what's to stop them from bringing along their significant others or friends and calling it Team Houdini, you know?
So this is Team Houdini, 5 members. They look like they really enjoy haunted houses. Nothing wrong with that. Experience level.
They're a veteran team and they started in 2018.
This is a veteran team started in 2018. Now let me just give you some information on what a veteran is. Did any of these people work in a haunted house?
I don't know. Read the bio, man.
At the age of 13, he journeyed in the world of haunted attractions. His first experience, he was hooked to the cool, crisp air. Scott is joined by his wife, brother-in-law. Okay, so it's a family. Team Houdini is a family team. They were locked in a room with a zombie. So no acting experience, no build experience. This is purely a customer review. Team Houdini. Interesting logo.
Yeah, that's
amateur. To play devil's advocate, that could be a good perspective, but you shouldn't call yourselves the authority in haunt reviews if you don't have that kind of knowledge.
I always tell people, if you're going to look at haunted houses to see if it's going to be good or not, check the Google reviews because that'll say everything. And unfortunately, as the audience members know, and the members of the Resistance know, thank you for joining us, supporting the channel, thecolorofdye.threadless.com. These haunted houses, what they'll do is if they start getting negative reviews on Google, they'll shut reviews down. They'll shut, you know, we had AA over at Scream Central, shut down all Facebook reviews after my review was published, calling them out, showing totally legitimate legal footage of the interior of the lobby, shuts down reviews. And then when he reopens them, he asked all of the actors, hey, come in, start making reviews for us. We need it badly. It's crazy.
Holy shit. Okay, I just read something crazy. Like, so how we were talking about how they're customer reviewers basically, because they don't, at least they don't advertise that they have a haunted experience.
Right.
They say we do our best not to let feelings or emotions rule our judgment, while also viewing the attraction through the lens of the typical haunt goer. But because all reviews with ratings are inherently subjective, this is nearly impossible to completely prevent. Though, listen to this, though, when in doubt, we tend to give slightly lower scores than our original gut feelings to account for this, and also give the attraction more room to improve over time. What the fuck? They're like curving the grade? I mean, what the fuck? Down? If that's down, what the hell's up?
All right, so thank you for tuning in, everyone. We're going to head to commercial break here. Please enjoy these several haunted house commercials. We'll see you on the other side.
Who dares race on my haunted highway? 2 monster trucks. Prepare yourselves. My evil eye is out to destroy you. Your blazing speed won't save you from my rolling eyeball. Take the lead on Suicide Squeeze. Bust him up on Dead Man's Curve. You must beat him and beat me. Escape my evil eye and win. New from Tyco, Haunted Highway, electric racing, battery not included. I've got my eye out for you.
Hi, I'm Casper.
Hi.
Would you like to try this new cereal? It's light as a ghost.
A ghost?
Gee, I just want them to try my new cereal. Toast named it after me. Maybe if I sing a happy song, people will be more friendly.
It's a honey of the morning, starting it off with Post Ghosties. You'll love sweet corn when it's tumbled in honey. Your day's bound to be sunny, starting it off with Post Ghosties.
I don't have any friends to play with.
I'll be your friend. I'm Casper. Try my new cereal, Post Ghosties.
Thanks, Casper.
It's a honey of the morning, starting it off with Post Ghosties. You'll love sweet corn when it's tumbled in honey. Your day bound to be sunny, starting it off with Post Ghosties.
The Lansing Haunted House at the old Lansing School in Lansing, North Carolina, every Friday and Saturday in October. Have you got what it takes to survive the terror in Lansing? Then walk right in and face our horrific host of ghastly ghouls and Halloween hooligans. Guided safely through by our attendants, it's a frightfully good time for anyone brave enough to enter.
Hi, I'm Dr. Dreadful, and this is the Dr. Dreadful Food Lab. Makes lots of gross things, and then you eat them. Dr. Dreadful's monster skin. Care for a tasty tarantula, fly, cockroach? You can make swarms. And now magic powder, stir, and monster brains. Fruity. The Dr. Dreadful Food Lab makes gross things again and again. It's totally dreadful.
What are you doing? This is an operating room. Get out!
Get out of here! This year's haunted house features a special visit to Area 51.
All new for Fright World 2022, Night Stalkers Reloaded. 3D with interactive flashlight experience. Lights out, blackout, Night Stalkers 3.
Hotel of Horror in Sailorsburg, Pennsylvania. Horrible, bro. Shit show.
fucking forget about it. I went there with my girl, and it was this October because it was COVID, and we were like, bro, there was no actors, no props, like it was just dead, and like you had half of the rooms were empty. So we said, why are we paying full price if there was only 10 actors? And I'm like, bro, trust me, there was no actors. And then fucking he's like, oh, well, you don't think I know how many actors are in there? I pay them. I'm like, yeah, bro, you obviously don't. It's horrible. And like, I just end up like giving me like a fucking attitude. I'm like, come on.
Like the.
Yep, we're actually live now. So.
Oh well, shit.
Thank you, chat, for joining. All you members of the Resistance. Support the shop, thecolorofdye.threadless.com. New t-shirt design coming out tonight, actually. And we're going to be having a sale. I think it's half off right now on the shirt design. So if you want that, it lasts till September 6th. Don't have an image to show you right now, but it will be up on my Instagram for you. Okay,
show your solidarity. Join the Resistance.
Here we go now. We're talking about Scarehouse. We're going to start with the summary here, or where did you want to
we'll just
kick this off?
Start at the top. I don't know if we need to do... Yeah, I'm not going to do the, like, how do we get this score, but just for the summary.
Sure.
Scarehouse is celebrating its bicentennial... What the fuck? That's not even a word. I guarantee it. And that's a common theme that you'll see throughout these reviews, is that they make up fucking words to sound like smarter than you or whatever. I don't get it. Like, if you're an average haunt goer, you're not gonna know what bicentennial is. What? Anyways, it's bicentennial anniversary as it enters its 20th haunt season. Starting back in 1999 in Etna, across the street from its previous iconic home, it was an exciting and cinematic new haunt, unlike most haunts I had seen at the time. I remember my friends from high school, and I enjoyed it so much that as soon as we finished the tour, we went back in line to do it again. And that has only happened once in 25 years. From the start, Scarehouse has been something special, and like many haunts, it has had its ups and downs, but it always adapts, improves, and became one of the most well-known haunts in PA. After a hiatus in 2019 to move to a new location and a conservative show in 2020 due to COVID, Scarehouse is back with some familiar faces and some new surprises.
Okay.
Oh, I like how you have the percentages pulled up.
That's the percentages. So
yeah.
For those wondering how they get a point double decimal number, we're going to be looking into that shortly here. We can just check that out with the cast. We're glad to see an increase in the actors and the removal of plastic curtains. Scare Factor featured approximately 34 actors and actresses with little downtime between interactions. We encountered demented demons, ghosts, creepy clowns. Creepo is back.
Creepo is back, baby!
What is Creepo? Is that the guy, the line actor?
He's the like heavier set clown. No.
Don't know him. Never heard of him.
You would. Anyways, go on.
Returning favorites. Most of the acting involved jump scares. Actor would scream hit something with minimal dialogue. Okay, so that should be average, right? They jump out.
You just skimmed over the unruly undead and a brash bum.
Yeah, we're skipping it.
Okay.
Brass bunny. Character Scarehouse's focus is on quick, sudden bursts of fear. Then the spirits are gone, much like real life ghosts.
I imagine. See, he's just conjecturing.
A young girl invited us to play with some dolls. A woeful woman was upset. She scolded us for not cleaning the kitchen and bringing in our plates. A vampire flamboyantly said, "Found you," after another gentleman asked us to join his experiments. Well, that sounds very cohesive of a theme. I don't remember. I went to Scarehouse. I don't remember there being a vampire theme whatsoever.
There's not. It's supposed to be like a human, like ventriloquist doll, but apparently they interpreted that as a vampire.
And a few characters that stood out were the gentleman who provided us directions at the start of the show. He was funny and energetic. He even knew about Houdini and the famous gut punch that may have ended Houdini's life. Sucking up to the team much? Who doesn't know that story, by the way? The spirit in the bedroom provided an unexpected shock. Creepy girl acting insane provided a horrific growling noise. The woman in the kitchen getting us again this year. And the homeless bum who was unique as he continuously kept coming out of his tent and yelling random stuff like, spare some change. Oh, so random.
Yeah, that's not very random.
So, to me, what this acting says is average or below average, Mark?
Average.
Okay, average. Connor, what do you think?
I don't know. This is my issue with the scare factor is that they make everything sound like shit, but no matter what, they give it a high score. Like, this is a 7.68, which I'm not even going to touch on the 0.68. Like, how the fuck? But, I mean...
Well, I'll break it down for you because they give us the information right here. Cast score
Oh,
is
shit. Well, go ahead.
15% of the final score here. 20% of cast score. Did it seem like there were enough actors? 8.25. Okay, so they said there was 35 actors. To me, that's not enough, but whatever. Big improvement over last season, although not all extra bodies put out great performances. Would like to see some real zombies in the third act.
Yeah, there's all these reviews are littered with grammatical errors as well. While they try to be fucking like
Mark's
astute,
shaking his head
fucking.
Right now. How creative were the haunts or the scares? Well, they got almost an 8, way above average for boo scares. That was 30%.
Some gave them a jolt.
Yeah, no, a few, not even some. A few gave us a jolt.
A few,
but you get a 7.8
for those people that love big words. Scare factor, Team Houdini. Few means 3, so they got scared 3 times. They gave it a 7.8. Okay. How interactive were the actors, verbally and physically? 7.25. So you can see here they're faltering a little bit. They didn't find them that interactive. But how do you get that high of a score when you say little dialogue and no interaction?
That's what I'm saying. It says it's like from their review, it sounds bad, but you're only giving it like 0.63 less than the previous score. What the fuck? It's so fucking convoluted, man.
Cast score, how creatively and appropriately did they use dialogue? 6.75. The dialogue was plain with no back and forth, few original lines by some actors, but minimal. Still above average.
You're almost
score.
at a 7 there. Like, just fucking round up and give it a 7. I mean, and at that point, that's pretty good in my book. If you give it a 7 out of 10, I mean.
But the thing is they barely had any original lines. They had some lady tell them clean the dishes, and another guy say, "Give me some change." Well, what's
Then it should be like a 3 or a 4.
Quite frankly, if we actually wanted to investigate and ask them where these percentages come from, they probably would have no explanation for it. So there's no real reasoning behind any of these, point whatevers.
You're 100% right. They just pull out like these fucking decimal digits and fucking big words to make people think that there's some fucking like higher power and they know like everything.
It's all about the authority, which when you think about it is kind of sad when haunted houses are what you want to be in control of.
Yeah, it's like role playing, dude. They're role playing like an authority figure in an industry where there's not like it's not a thing. I mean, I don't know, man.
Who cares about scare factor? It's not the general customer. The general customer is checking Google. And the only people going to this site are haunters. And are they really buying this crap?
No,
that's what I'm saying, man. And then they come up with like 7.88 as a score. And then you look at, was there a good variety of characters? They give it an 8. And their explanation, a good mix. Period.
I know from experience, and Rodney maybe can confirm to this, when these places come through, the team and the staff make a huge deal out of this.
Yes.
There's many posts in the group chat. There's like a pre conference. There's usually a press conference.
Yep. There's a meeting before the night.
Before and after.
Yep.
They're letting you know, look, these are the people who are coming through. We need to impress them. So a lot of this is skewed, right? So they're not getting a real Tuesday night experience.
This is Scarehouse though, bro. Like that does not happen there.
Here it does. Fright World.
Yeah.
Also, I worked for them. Final Fear. I worked for these places, and not Fright World, obviously, but they would come down, they stand on a table, and they say, "Listen up, everyone. This team is coming in. You got to be on your best behavior. No one can go to the bathroom tonight. You can't eat anything. It's going to be 8 long hours of hard work. If you're not in your spot, you're fired. If you're laughing at us right now, you're fired. Take him out. Take him out." And the person's voice is cracking because they've lost their voice yelling at us so many times. At Final Fear, they'd be like, "Look, guys, big haunt reviewers coming tonight." And it would be literally every freaking night, big haunt, scare factor coming out tonight. Got to get ready.
Fright tour.
This kind of shit happens to me when I go out to haunt houses. So I don't like putting out a schedule. I don't like telling people, "Hey, I'm going to go to this haunt," because when you do that, then the actors are aware of it and they're going to attempt to do something bigger than what the general audience is getting.
Which is fucking creepy, dude. Like,
and then again, who cares?
Yeah, imagine being that obsessed with people you don't know. I don't know, man. But I was saying specifically for this review, there is no, they weren't buttered up or anything. I mean, I know that for a fact. Not saying how, I have my sources, but.
So we'll get into the costuming here. 8.39. I mean, how much of this do we need to break down before we can jump to another haunt? Because I'm already sick of this review. Who has the patience to run through this? Look at this, guys. Look at this.
Yeah, we're not even. This is a lot of fucking text.
Not only do you got to read all this, but then you got to look at the breakdown. You got to understand customer service scores. They've got 4 categories for customer service scores. How easy is it to locate the attraction? 9.38.
Yeah, what the fuck? What does that mean? Like, what? You type the address into your fucking maps or whatever you use, your GPS on your phone, whatever. How do you get 9.38? It's either easy to find or it's not. How the fuck are you getting a 0.38, motherfucker? What the hell is this? I mean, really, where does that, little bit of, what pulls it down from a 9.5?
I mean,
you know what I
think
mean?
What we're getting to here is we need information. We're asking people to come forward. We're asking people this year, join the resistance. I've got people messaging me nonstop already this year, telling me horror stories of things going on. There was a case of 33 kids getting raped over at some haunt in California I just found out about last year. This is out of control, folks. That's why we need you to step up, support the channel.
We're also not saying that anyone's getting raped at Scarehouse. I'd just like to say that.
It wasn't at Scarehouse. It was at the Bloodshed Brothers haunt. You saw there's a link to it in the intro of this video. This is just crazy. It's on the news. Customer service, atmosphere, 8.
I want to go back to that up there. I see.
Oh, sure.
We have a 10 for how professional, helpful, and friendly were the staff members.
Perfect.
That has to be the biggest lie ever. They are some of the nastiest, rudest people you'll ever encounter in your entire life. That's a crock.
I couldn't tell you because I've never been there. But if I had to, agree or disagree, I 100% disagree. But I don't know, man. I don't know much about them. I just have my.
We were just talking about this before the show. How whenever you go to a haunted house, you got the security guard. With how does he stand? One hand on the hip. And he's yelling at everyone, "ATM, over there! No credit cards allowed!"
Okay.
He's yelling at people, "Get in this line, get in that line." Not saying it's Scarehouse, but, majority of haunts I go to, you are afraid for your life. House of Horrors, when you went in there, it was like walking into, a military complex. The guys that they were hiring to control the crowd, you felt like you could get pulled out and beaten at any second. It was terrifying.
Well, see, look, they say the security guards were polite as they checked us with their wands, and the ticket booth attendant was also friendly and helpful.
Well, there you go. That's a 10. That's all it takes.
Yeah, because they're not fucking groping anyone, and they're not, screaming at you, so...
Atmosphere, we got an 8. How did we get the score? So this is only broken down to a 60-40.
You can probably skip this one. It looks fucking lame.
How obvious was it your haunted house? Now, I do have to say, because I went to Scare House, the theme, there was no house names either.
No, and that is an issue I have. I wish they would like actually name the areas and like advertise it, but they still haven't done that
Well,
since
if you
2020.
name it, you got to change it. So if you keep it the same name every year, they're going to get called out on that. So they figure by not naming it and changing probably a couple pass-throughs or something like that, they could pretend like the theme is changing.
Holy shit, he's got it. He's got it. He literally just cracked the code. What the fuck?
And then they have to make one of those printed banners, or if they want to make the one out of wood, they got to get it up there. And then when they take it down, what do they do with it? Are they selling it to someone? Are they selling the lumber for $85,000?
I think Fright World's still trying to sell one of their attractions for over $100K, right?
Holy fuck! Really?
It's been how long have they been trying to sell that? 5-6 years now.
Probably. It's a load of lumber and gurneys. I mean, you could buy that for.
Meanwhile, people like Larry at the Darkness are selling their freaking 3D haunt for $300K.
Jesus, a 3D haunt. So like a haunt from 2008. They're trying to sell it for $300,000.
Yes, for 3D.
What the? Man, I don't. Who would ever pay that?
So here's what you
I'm
talked
looking
about
at
earlier.
special effects right now.
I think so. We are running short on time. I think we should jump to either Fright World or House of Horrors, since Mark and I have been to those ones, and that's our area.
We gotta jump to.
Yeah, y'all go for it. If I find anything interesting, I'll let
Sure,
you know.
dig through it. I mean, who's to say there won't be another video? We need answers.
Oh shit, we could do a part 2. We need to get some like Fright World like reviewers. We need to get Team Houdini on this fucking channel, and they need to atone for their sins, you know.
Customer
get 'em in
service at a 9.43. You gotta be shitting me.
Ooh, are we gonna go after Fright World or House of Horrors? Fright World. He whispers.
I don't want to
me
see
Fright.
some kids dabbing, doing Fortnite dancing in the lobby.
Which one has the higher score?
Let's take a look really quick. 8.9 is the Fright World. Interesting. House of Horrors not on there.
Wow.
Oh fuck. That's weird.
Maybe because they're closed now, they took it down.
It's either they're closed or they weren't going to kiss their butts.
They wouldn't take it down. They got shit for like.
Maybe because the security score was a 1 or 0. Guess we're going to Fright World.
All right,
here we go.
Here we go.
I think what we should do is watch a Fright World trailer to get us set for this.
I'm down, man.
Here we go. I honestly like the trailer.
Yeah, because they spent they got the Grim Reaper package for $12,000. Obviously, it's going to be decent quality.
I feel like that was their first good one. I actually kind of like that. It did follow some of the typical Fright World things, but I see we have a non-believer in the chat, Scare Hollow.
Yeah, I was about to say, Rod, have you been reading the chat?
Let me address this really quick. He says, what qualifications for reviewing haunts and why are yours better? So my qualifications, which I've stated on this channel multiple times, is that I have worked in haunted houses for 8 years. I was a haunt actor for 4 years at House of Horrors. I was a scare actor for 4 years at Final Fear. I did 4 years of building at Final Fear within those 8 years. And then not only that, I took a 1 to 2 year break, kept going to haunted houses, but when I started my review channel, we are on our 8th year right now of reviewing haunted houses. So that combined is 15 years total. We're going on my 16th year. And I've been to over 50 haunted houses, a lot of them multiple times. And one of the advantages I have over people in the scare factor, and I'm not trying to brag about this or anything like that, but because my work allows me to travel so often, I have to travel for my job, I get to see a lot of haunts all around the country. So I've been to 6 or 7 in Texas. I've been to ones in Arizona, Nevada, Michigan, St. Louis, or Missouri, whatever. I've been to them all over the place. That aside, all that experience aside, which is way more than the Team Houdini 2018 level of experience, all of that aside, I am not incentivized at all to give these haunted houses a positive review. I pay for all of my own tickets. I don't ask for free tickets. I don't ask for merch. Any merch I get, I buy my own. They cannot buy me, and I am going to give a honest-to-God review. The issue, which we talked about earlier, if you had been paying attention, Scare Hollow, is that people like the Scare Factor, in order to keep existing, they need to keep giving positive reviews. Because think about it. If they gave negative reviews, haunted houses wouldn't want them coming around.
Yeah, I'd like to just point out that he said that scores and reviews are relative to personal opinions, which is true, but opinions can still be shit. Like if you're a movie buff, you follow the movie critics that you like because you know their opinion and you know what they like will line up with what you like and all that. It's the same as this, but I mean, this is so much worse.
So getting into it, glad that we were able to address that question for you there, Scare Hollow. We're going to take a look at Fright World. Now, this one is really dear to Mark here. Mark has been traumatized by his experience at Fright World. He worked there, and then they kicked him to the curb for no reason. And it was horrible. And, you can check our old video out, Something is Wrong at Fright World, to hear some of the dirt going on at the haunts in the Western New York area. But Mark has had an inside look. He knows people on the inside, as do myself. And that's really going to come into play here as analyzing this review. Now, this team is the Team Haunt Crew. We're going to check them out really quick.
Even worse logo, by the way.
Oh, the logo is a boat. Yeah, what is with these logos? They cover Pennsylvania, New York, New Jersey, Delaware, and they started in 2019. They're considered a veteran team at 2019.
I think everyone's a veteran team if you're
3
older
years.
than a year.
3 years, they're a veteran team. What am I? How old am I? I don't even know what this is.
There's nothing beyond a veteran, right?
I don't think so.
Retired?
Warlord.
Yeah.
Retired warlord. Oh my God, they're here. Hold on.
Holy shit!
We got the Scare Factor up in here.
They're here. Let's go.
Oh boy.
What's the full comment so we can address it?
They say we do give reviews that are low. That doesn't mean we need to tear those haunts down. We still review them in a positive light because someone somewhere will enjoy that show. which I mean, it's stays true to what it says on their website. Their goal and their values are to promote haunts everywhere. So
Yes, sure, someone might have a positive experience at the haunt, but when you give every single haunt a similar rating, a person that was taking these reviews seriously wouldn't be able to accurately judge, are they going to have a good time at it or not. Like, simple things to break down the review would be more helpful. Like, is this more of a classic haunt? Is this more of a brand new, is it a modern haunt? Is it more of a, like, an avant-garde haunt? None of this, like, when people are going through these and they're reading all of this, what is the chance that they're going to read all of this? This is crazy to be reading this in a review. When you go to Google, you get the just summary of it from your average person going. They say there wasn't enough rooms, or there was so many rooms, it was so long, or it wasn't long enough, and you kind of get the feel for it. I feel like breaking this down into something smaller, more digestible would be the first step at really fixing this system, because when almost everything is in a positive or twisted to be a positive no matter what, and nothing is rated below a 5 or a 6 or whatever the lowest rating is, I don't even know, it's not very often, nobody can tell what is actually going to be a good experience or not, because literally everything is spun to be positive. Like you said, in the Scare House one, oh hey, there was we only were interacted with twice, then rate them a way above average score. Like, does that really make any sense? I don't know at that point. But thank you for tuning in to Scare Factor. Glad to get some feedback. Connor, go ahead.
Oh, well, yeah, that's crazy. The Scare Factor's here. But like I was saying about the film reviewers, with like, if you have a favorite film reviewer, you know the baseline. You need to have, if you are a authority in the review world, you need to have a baseline so people can truly know what is good and what is bad. Not, you know what I mean? Like, not everything at an average score or above average score, because then no one knows what the scores truly mean. It removes the meaning from the actual reviews.
So they're telling us that, I mean, we are live chatting here with the Scare Factor folks. This is a special occasion. Thank you guys for joining us.
Groundbreaking. This
is cool. Yeah, we never get to interact with the actual places. They said that they have been banned from haunts. Congratulations, we're in the same boat. For giving low scores. It does happen. If you want to see all of our scores, you can see them on the yearly rankings page. Let's go check it out really quick just to see if I'm wrong.
I will say for
score, they get kicked out. Interesting.
Yeah, because no haunt wants to be rated, like, they don't want to get a bad review. They'd be pissed off, and it's better for business for them to just be like, get out, or don't come back, than have them back every year if they're not going to give them a good review, which is what we were talking about earlier. But I will say, to the Scare Factor, for the purpose of this live stream, we were just looking at local haunts that we know. We weren't looking at lists or anything like that. So,
well, I'm looking at the ratings right now. We're going down the list.
Oh, we got some 5s.
So we got we have 2 average haunted houses out of all of these haunts. This list here. What is the average here? 8? This is nuts. This is crazy high. I believe the average is 8. We only have
shit! Yeah, that's a lot of really
5 haunts below a 7.
Wow, there's not a single one below 5. See, that's the issue there. And I get that they're like, they want to build people up, not tear them down. But if you were a reviewer, you are a critic. I mean, you got to be critical, and you can't just, I mean, you got to be, you can't be worried to hurt some feelings. I mean,
we got a good comment in the chat here. Thanks for being part of the discussion, everyone. Pepsi Addict says Scare Factor reviews pointless for the same reason IGN isn't taken seriously.
Yeah.
The review is from a bunch of different people. How are you supposed to understand the standards of 10 to 20 people on 10 plus review teams?
Yeah, exactly what I was saying. There's no baseline. Like, you need to know the opinions of the person that's reviewing it. Which I guess if you follow like Team Houdini or Team whoever, like any of the teams, you would. But that's such a like niche thing to like follow a specific group of people on the scare factor. Like the average haunt person is not going to do that.
And then we got a good comment here from WolfX. Just the fact that haunts ban people for this it's bad news, folks. I mean, I can sympathize with the scare factor situation. I don't think that they should be giving into it. I mean, I've stated my opinion enough here. It sucks. Trust me. It sucks. You guys have seen it here on this channel to be threatened by haunt people who have tons of money, tons of resources, and unlimited time throughout the year to come after you and harass you because you gave them a bad review. And your review can be as in-depth as one of these or one of my videos, and the haunt owner is just not going to have it. I give honest reviews to I give negative reviews, I should say, to some of the top haunts in the country that just don't live up to what everybody says. And almost, I would say 7 or 8 times out of 10, the owner comes back with a message saying, you better take your video down or else. I'm not kidding. That's real. So you do get threatened trying to leave negative reviews, which is just crazy. Take the criticism and improve. Why is the haunt industry just a bunch of whiny babies? And why are people afraid of them? That's why we're starting this movement this year.
That is highlighting a completely different issue in the haunt industry where haunt owners, like I understand it's their business and they're connected to it or whatever, but they can't emotionally detach themselves from their haunt, which is a big issue when you're dealing with customer service, because you're never going to make everyone happy, one. And to, one, go after people who give bad reviews and like go on Google reviews and roast people that give you bad reviews, shit like that. Like that is the most unprofessional thing. And I mean, that has nothing to do with the scare factor. They can't control that. But that is another major issue in the haunt industry, where it is like the haunt is the literal child, like the baby of the owner or whatever, and they treat it as such. So if someone makes an even slightly negative comment, it's like you've attacked their entire family and they come for blood, you know?
I couldn't agree more. I feel like a lot of what it is the haunted house owners lose sight of what originally got them excited about haunting, and they think with the massive amounts of money they have, they think that dumping money into a show is going to make it better, but they are missing that crucial aspect that was the start of it all. And this is why all the haunt people these days are getting mad, because they are nostalgic for these old haunts. They want that authenticity back. And I mean, they're turning it into a corporation.
Well, okay, to go off that, like you do need to have the inspiration and the creativity or whatever, but you also do need to, like, even though it's fun to work at a haunt and all that, you do need to treat it like a business, because it is a business. So you can't just go pop off on some customer that gave you a bad review or whatever and demand that they take it down or anything like that. Like, that is not good business.
Yeah, and as I said at the beginning of the video, just for an example of this, go look at the reviews of The Darkness on Google. Go look at the lowest rated. It does have a high review. It's over 4 out of 5, but you go look at the low ratings, and you're going to see the owner go on there and start attacking all these people. And everyone's seen this with regular businesses. Someone leaves a negative review, then the owner comes in and is like, absolutely not true. No way this could have happened. And it looks so bad. I don't understand why haunts are doing it. I don't really understand the whole system. That's why we're going to be diving more into this as the season goes. But I think that's about all the time we have for today. I thank everyone for tuning in. A special thank you to the Scare Factor. That was totally unplanned. We didn't know they were going to come on. And thank you for having a civil discussion with us. That was really cool. I was not expecting that.
The last comment they said?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even read it. Okay, go on. Sorry.
And then thanks to everyone who talked about it. I hope we can have more discussions about this in the future. Mark, thank you for being on. It's great having you over.
Thank you for having me, and I'll leave you with a fright roll.
And then
Right, we're-
Connor, with your insights, thank you very much, everyone.
Yeah, hopefully we can come back with a part 2.
That could
we had a
happen. I
lot
mean,
more
who
planned.
knows?
It just we went over time, but yeah, it was fun. I mean, just discussing it, it's entertaining at the very least. So if like Scare Factor's doing one thing right, they are entertaining.
Yeah. Okay. So thanks everyone for tuning in. We'll see you in the next one Saturday. I want to give a brief acting lesson for all the new actors coming in. It's going to be pretty short, but if you're looking to learn more about acting, this is going to be the place to do it. As I said, 8 years